Your life is your book, and this is my favorite chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, all things relationships abroad. Welcome back to All Things Relationships Abroad. If it's your first time here, my name is Nikita, your host. And darling, we are actually on season 3, episode 1. I am so excited. And today, our guest is going to share with us about her story and her experience about being in China and how she got to China, how she found out about China. And also, what I'm mostly excited about is that we're going to introduce our topic for season 3, which is purpose. Okay, let me not waste anybody's time. Let's just have our guest in. I can't wait to have this talk. Carey! Okay, thank you so much for having us. We are at Carey's house. Yes, I'm actually welcoming her in her own apartment. I love doing this. Girl, how do you feel?
I'm very shy. I'm very shy because I'm camera shy. So, yeah. But
You
thank
know
you
what?
for having me.
You know, it's actually for saying that, for mentioning that you are camera shy, but you agreed to this. Yes, I did ask her to share her story with us. And I'm so happy. Thank you so much for agreeing, even when you knew that you are shy. Okay, everybody, you can be camera shy, but you can still share your story, because, I try to make it feel like a talk, not like interrogation or like something with
I
question
think
answer.
that's why I said yes, because I know that it'll feel more like a girl talk than an interview.
yeah.
So I'd like that.
Thank you, darling. Okay, girl. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. Like, you can just tell us your name, where you come from, like back home. Like tell us all
Itty
of that.
gritties. Okay.
Yes, we wanna know.
Hi, everyone. My name is Unzamela Carey Hlabisa
Yeah.
from the 031.
Yes. Okay.
I'm from Durban in South Africa. I'm 24.
Representing. Listen.
I wish I could say that.
Okay.
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 Blooming Newlands West.
Mm-hmm.
You know the song, It's About Me.
And Newlands West.
No.
I can't remember how it went. It's been so long. Oh, stuck in. I actually said in Blomekon.
That is all I remember. It's been a long but fun journey.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I like that. She said fun, so we want to know about that, girl. Okay, guys, as you know, usually this is our tradition for the show because there's someone who might be watching and they from the same place as you. So so like that person, maybe they might be thinking, oh, going to China, working abroad is not my thing or whatsoever. It's for other people. But when they see this, yes, they're like, oh, so she went to my university. Oh, she went to the same high school as me. Oh, so I can
do
also
it
go.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, so girl, how did you find out about China? And what were you doing? What were you doing at home before? When you found out about China?
So I originally found out about China 2018.
Okay.
I was doing my final year at Oval International College. I was partying a lot. And you know how just before you're about to graduate, you start having all these thoughts about, okay, what's my life going to be like after college? And I was having one of those midlife crises, early 20s midlife crisis.
Okay.
And this one time I was on my phone, Facebook, and people were talking about teach abroad, blah, 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 blah.
So it was a post, someone posted.
Yeah, it was one of those ads.
Oh.
Like those Facebook ads. But then I just scrolled across and then something was like, go back. I was like, okay. So I went back. And at that time, it wasn't just a teach abroad program. It was a specific school. So when I got here, I was with Education First.
Okay.
AKA EF.
EF. Okay.
So like, that's how I saw them, and I started reading more about it, but not just the school, but just what the entire thing is all about. I saw a gap, I saw a need in the market of like having teachers come to China, and I was like, what do I have to lose? Let me just do it. What's there to lose at this point? Yeah, and I just did it with not even thinking or expecting anything in return. I did it, forgot about it, went on with my life, and now we're here.
Okay, so let me just ask you.
Yeah.
You graduated, and then right after graduation, you flew in.
Straight after.
Wow.
To a point where I didn't even have a graduation ceremony.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't have a graduation ceremony.
Wait, no, you can't. Are you serious? And that was like your first degree or whatsoever. So you've never graduated.
I was 21 when I came to China.
Yeah. Wow.
A baby.
21. That is so brave.
I was 21. First time leaving home. I've never been in a boarding school or like, never done that before. I've always been home. So it was like
Hold
my
up. So
first.
you were staying at home?
Yeah, during school. It was my first adult experience.
That is so brave, guys. I've never met someone actually who says something similar. You know, people would be like, "Oh, so I worked before and whatsoever. I had my own apartment or whatsoever."
Yeah.
But someone like I didn't stay at rest. I was at home the whole time,
No
and you were that
responsibilities.
brave to leave the country, the continent, guys. Wow, that is amazing. See, guys, this is inspiration, actually. Someone out there, come on, you better see this, and yeah, you can go for it. Girl, I love that. So when your mom or your family, I don't know who is up, you can just tell us about whoever in your family, how was their reaction when you told them that, guys, so I know that I stay at home. I've never been outside and anything like that, but I'm going to China. What do they say?
I don't recommend you do what I did, but if you do, I hope you live to tell the story.
Okay, okay.
I did not tell my mom until I got a contract. I did not tell her that I was doing interviews. I did not tell her that I applied.
Can I just say that I just got goosebumps right now? Like my whole body is straight. What?
I didn't.
You did not do that.
I think it was because I wasn't expecting anything real out of it. So even during the interview process, I was still kind of like, okay.
How long was the process? How long did it take? Like you waiting, like the day you said, okay, let me contact these people, and until you got your contract.
I'd say about.
Let me say, how long did you keep the secret?
2 months.
2 months.
2 months. I had one person that knew, which was my sister. But everything else, no. Took 2 months.
What did your sister say?
She was just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, go for it. And that's the thing, like, we didn't really think that it was going to be a thing. Because back home at that time, it wasn't really something that was spoken about.
Yes, 2019, yeah.
2018, when I actually applied, it was kind of like...
Oh, yes, 2018. Actually, that's when I came. That's when I came to China, 2018, yes.
I did everything myself. No agent. I did everything from searching up a city, going through contracts, looking through like the currency changes. Like I did everything myself.
That is amazing. That is really amazing.
That's now.
And also it's a lot of effort for something that you think maybe it's not gonna work out, you know.
It's one of those leap of faith type of things. Just jump in. You might drown.
Are you like that? Are you like that like naturally? Like is that how you are? Are you someone who just goes for
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I think without thinking about it, actually I am. When I tend to overthink something, that's where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. But when I just like, if a thought comes in my head and I just do it, then yeah, definitely.
Okay. So how did she find out? How did she actually like, did you go to her and say?
No.
What?
So I remember I received an email from AEF with like a contract and an offer letter. And you know how when you get to China, you have to sign an offer letter and they want the signed papers within like 3 days or something. So it was one of those.
Okay.
And I needed it printed.
Oh.
I didn't have a printer at home.
Okay.
Do you see where this road is leading?
I see where it's going. I see it.
So I called my mom.
No, you.
Yeah. I called my mom. I'm like, hey girl, I'll email you something. Can you just print it out for me? And she goes...
Let me guess. You were hoping she won't read it. She would just...
Yeah. I thought she was just like, ugh, Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't even open the document, so like I didn't even know how it looks like the first page, what it says. Like I didn't know.
Are you serious?
So I was like, hey girl.
So wait, so you're
Okay.
you're saying that you didn't even look at it. So you're asking her to print it out. You're just gonna sign and send it back.
I was gonna read it when I have the physical papers.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I just needed
I get
like
it.
the papers to be printed.
Okay, okay.
So I just call her. I'm like, hey girl, just don't print it. And she's like, and she doesn't even question it, you know. She's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay, just send it.
because I used to do that for like assignments. I'm like,
Okay,
hey, can you
okay.
print out this assignment? She's like, okay, got you. So she prints it out, and like 10 minutes later, she calls me, and she's like, this thing has your name on it. I'm like, yeah, it does.
Oh my god.
And then she's like, I was now mama back home.
Yes.
I'm like,
Oh my
I
god.
don't know, what are you talking about? She's like, it's got these characters.
Yeah.
This
This
is
is
not
not English.
English.
It's not. It's
She's
not
like,
English.
This is not English. And I was like, oh yeah. I mean, we can talk about it more when you come back home. But
Wow.
I got a job in China, and the first thing she says, China Molly. I'm like, no, ma, like China.
Maybe we said a China Mall was gonna be better. Like we talk about it when you come back. Like
So Kelly, China, Ching Chong. I'm like, Mom, that
Mom,
is
if
so
you're watching this, oh my god, I'm sorry, but that's
I'm like,
funny.
That is so racist. That is
Ching
so
Chong.
racist. We're like,
Ching Chong, guys.
yeah. She's like, hi. But okay. I'll print it out and then we can talk about it when we get home. I'm like, okay. Again, I am unbothered. I'm very chilled for someone that's about to leave. I'm very chilled. She gets home. Nah, you relax again. Nah, my papak. Yeah, she gives it to me.
Wow.
I read it. And then I call her. I'm like, hey, can we talk? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so I got a job. I applied 2 months ago. This is the offer. This is when they want me there.
Yeah.
Which means this is when I have to leave.
Wow.
And she goes, Ringani. I'm like, I know.
Oh, that
Like,
is sweet.
How sure are we about this? And I was like, I've done my research. Yeah, well, I think she was okay with everything because I'd done research. Enough research for her to be comfortable. It wasn't just interview done, contract, bye.
Yeah.
It was intense research. And then, okay, it was just like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. She's like, okay, cool. She read through the contract. She was okay with it. And she was like, I guess you're going to China.
Wow, that is
yeah.
beautiful.
And she was like, now we figure it out. And we figured it out from the time, because I graduated, I got my papers,
Yeah.
but the school wanted me in July.
Okay.
And you know how when you first get here, because you don't get paid immediately when you get here,
Yes.
they told me that I needed to have a specific amount to survive for a month before I got paid.
Yeah.
So I was doing my call center jobs, and like I was a waitress, you know, I picked up a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Uma being a mom, you know how they are. Because we didn't actually want help from anyone else because we didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, of course. Things like these, it's not easy because you don't know what's gonna happen. You know how people are. Like you've told them, okay, I got a job, and then something happens. Something not even about the job. Something here at home. So you're not gonna go now. Like,
Also,
what happened to China?
Also,
What happened?
people's energies are just. And
that
because
is
it was
true.
something it was a new dynamic. It's a new thing for our family. We've never tried this before. It could go left very quickly.
Yeah.
We're just like, okay, we are keeping it here. So literally, we just kept it here.
Yeah.
Everything that I've spoken about was between 3 people: my mom, and me, and my sister.
Okay, girl. Now take us to yourself getting to China, darling. Which city? Which year? You said 2019, right?
Yeah, July 2019.
Yes. Okay. So you just take us there. Like I arrived, and how was it?
I first had like a layover in Beijing for like 6 hours. It was the most excruciating and terrifying 6 hours of my life.
Oh my
Because
God.
China.
Yeah.
China
Communication.
The communication was hard.
Oh my God.
I think then it kicked in. I'm gone. Like I'm actually in a foreign place. There's a lot of uncertainty. But then I took my flight, and my first city was in Lanzhou. It's a province in the Gansu province.
Yeah, well, I've heard about it. I don't know the city.
So I was there with EEF, and it was a learning curve. I'm actually glad that I had my first year there, because it's a small city.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
Yes.
foreigners, and not a lot of black foreigners. So it was a very intensifying experience. Like, I think me and my roommate were the only foreigners in like a line of communities. So we stood out. Two black women. Who are they? Like, we stood out.
So it was that small.
Like, it was that small. But it was. I'm grateful that it happened that way. Because then I kind of like had this. Because when I got here, I had no expectations. Wasn't really sure what to expect. And then having that as like my first experience was kind of like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is what I have to prepare for.
Yeah. Right now, you're ready for anything. You can take anything
Build
now.
up that skin. Like, that skin, make sure it is hard. Because then everything else that followed after that year kind of just like scraped through. And then I started enjoying China more. So like my first year was very much survival mode.
Yeah.
And then second year was more of like okay, now I'm getting comfortable. And now I'm very comfortable.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Very
You should be, girl. 3 years. Okay, darling. So I understand that you've taken us to hear yourself being comfortable now, but I want to know about 2020. Because you got here 2019 July, hey. That's actually not bad. Other people came in December. Some
think it's the
people
same
came
thing.
August, which is like having 2 months or 3 months of life, and then
Everything was
yeah.
over.
So how was it with you? Like the pandemic? What did you do? How did you survive? Because we're going through a lot.
2021.
How did you cope, girl? Uh-huh.
How did I survive is the question. How? So when China first started having talks of a virus, it was around December, around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And I was in Beijing with my mother.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was your mom in Beijing?
Because her child was gone and she was feeling some type of way.
Guys.
And she was like, fly me out, baby. I said, baby, say Liz.
Oh, that is so nice. That is really
So
nice.
she was here for Christmas and so I went to Beijing. It was fun.
That is really nice.
But then there was like, it started getting very intense. So she had to leave. And then she left, and I think there was like 1 week of just peace and quietness, and then things took off from there. I'm grateful at the time that I worked for the school that I worked for, because we had online classes.
Okay.
But before even that, we were still getting paid.
Okay.
But living at home. So that made me feel like, okay, I can breathe. At least I can still survive.
Yeah.
But I was just more scared of getting the virus. And go back home. I get sick very easily. Like,
yeah. Oh, I see.
very easily. It could be like the tiniest thing and I get sick. And I think that's one of the things that made my mother panic. Because it was one of those, pack your bags, come back.
Like, yeah.
Come back today.
I think we all got those calls. Everybody did. Like,
Because it was
why are you still there?
terrifying. In my 21 years of living, never have I ever heard of a pandemic. So it was kind of like, it's not the
like,
first
what is
pandemic
this?
in the world, I understand.
But like,
For me to actually experience it
and away from family, that was huge.
alone
It was
in a foreign
huge.
country, it was weird. It was weird. And then obviously the stories started coming out here, which made life a lot harder, because then we were looked at differently. Already we were, but now it felt like we had a kick me sign at the back. God, I hated that time.
I know, right?
Now that I think of it, that I hated that time.
So, if we can speak about mentally, what did you do? What is it that helped you to keep you like sane, to keep you in hope? And what actually made you feel like, okay, I don't have to go back home? What did you do?
I didn't realize that I didn't have to go back home until I didn't have to go back home, if that makes sense. So when it all happened, I think I shut down. And I was kind of like, I just have to make it through this day. Just have to make it through this day. And then I did that for weeks and weeks and weeks on end until life became normal again. So I don't know. I'd be lying. But then it came back to bite me in the ass after everything got normal, because then I realized how much I actually wasn't living. I was surviving. And then I started therapy online, which helped quite a lot. Constantly speaking to my mother, which was never really a thing. But
during that time,
even before, even back home, like, we were close, but it was very much a, you are my mother, I am your child type of relationship.
I see what you mean.
Whereas after and during the pandemic, it was more of like, hey, you grown now.
Yeah, let's open up to each other.
Let's have honest conversations. We're grown women. Speak.
Okay.
It was one of those, and having that plus therapy, plus like, friends and family, that really helped. But I would be lying if I said I knew exactly how I got through those couple of months. I don't remember. Like, it's a mental block.
So let me just ask, you came here 2019, right? And then there was the pandemic, and what else? You haven't been home ever since you came here?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, so can we please take it to what actually season 3 is going to be based on? Purpose. If you hear the word purpose, what comes to your mind? What do you think, or what do you understand about purpose?
Alignment. When I think of purpose, I think of alignment. I think of peace, but not in the way that we've all kind of defined peace. Because I feel like the internet talks about like self-care, which is not a bad thing, yes. And protecting your peace, but what type of peace? We can't fool ourselves into thinking, oh yeah, I'm choosing peace. If anyone does me wrong, I just say bye and I'm gone. I choose peace. Okay. Is it peace though? Because it's life.
Well,
truth is, it's life.
Well, yeah.
And with living life in this world means that not everything is going to be perfect.
Peaceful.
So when I say peace, I mean still finding peace even in the midst of crisis. So that is my purpose. The world could be burning around me, and I'm just like, I choose to have peace, and I choose to see the fire. I see the fire. I acknowledge the fire. I'm gonna pray about it, but I'm also gonna try to find a way out of this. By fire, by force, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm not gonna look back and be like, oh, I escaped that, yay. No, what did I take from it? What was I supposed to learn from this? Because that's also another thing that I've learned in every situation. Whatever. Whether the worst thing possible, like, think of the worst possible thing that could happen to you. There's still something you have to learn from it.
That's true. In terms of purpose, as you're saying, you choose to take peace, you choose to go a peaceful way and all of that. Okay, so in terms of your family, I'm going to ask, here in China, we have, obviously, we speak to friends, we speak to other people, colleagues, and the life, or can I say, the relationship we have with our families is not the same. It is different. When your mom said to you, okay, Carey, you are old enough now. When she said that, did she say it in a way that, okay, you are old enough and you are supposed to be taking care of us now? Because some people do have that. Black text, yes. Like the relationship we have with our families, some people are like banks at home. Like it's the 15th, teachers are paid. Come, send me the money. That's the relationship they have. And that's the only relationship they have with their family. Like, if you can explain your relationship with your family.
So I think I got lucky, but it didn't start off that way.
Oh, okay.
So I came here at 21. So, like any parent, the first thing they'll think of is, oh, it's not like you have a child.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not like you have responsibilities. What are you doing with your money?
Send me the money, girl.
It's just you. And because she had read my contract, she knew that I wasn't paying for housing as well. So she's like, it's not like you're paying rent,
Yes.
And like, I think, black tax was black taxing for as long as it could for like the first year.
Yeah.
Because now me, I was just kind of like, oh, I had the mentality that I owe her.
I think that's how we all receive it.
Yeah, because the minute you start working, you start feeling like, oh, I have to pay for all the things that she did to me, and she did for me, and like, oh, now I have to start paying her back. She put me through school. I have to pay back.
Yeah.
And I think that is a messed up mentality.
Actually, I know that some parents do say it like that. Like, I raised you, so you are supposed to be taking care of me now. It's your turn.
I had that conversation with my mom, and that's, I think our relationship grew from that. Because it was one of those, okay, I have to do this, It could either go left very quickly, or it'll be okay. But that's how I have to do it.
Yeah.
So it was one of those, hey, listen, I appreciate everything that you did.
Yeah.
But can we also take into consideration that I didn't ask to be here? You didn't take care of me to then tell me that I have to repay you for the fact that you took care of me. I was your child. You had to take care of me. Like,
well, if you didn't, who would? Who was supposed to actually?
It was an actual responsibility.
Yeah.
And I think she was kind of taken aback because we've never had that conversation before.
Yeah.
So now even when I was saying it, because
like I don't want this to
I was sweating.
Yeah.
Like, this could go left very
But that's very brave.
But
that
I was like,
very brave.
we're gonna have to have that conversation because this money relationship we have right now, it's not gonna work. And at the time, even now, she's honestly the only person that I have to worry about.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is grown. I'm the child. So it's just my mom. If anything were to happen, or if money is needed somewhere, or if I'm spending money for something, it's specifically for my mother.
For her. Yeah.
So that's it. Okay. So I think it did not go down smoothly.
Yeah.
At all. It was hectic.
Okay.
I mean, like 2 straight months of just
silence.
Like, it was a process.
Yeah.
And then we came back again. And I'm okay.
I understand.
I've calmed down. Because now I won't lie and be like I was gentle about it. Because I was emotional.
You were stressed also.
And I was angry about it. When you start thinking about it, like I
don't see anything. Like, there's nothing on my hand. Like, I've been here for this long and I have nothing on my name.
Not the so even the initial conversation itself, it wasn't a peaceful one because I came in guns blazing.
Yeah,
so there was a lot of misunderstanding. So we both needed to calm down and just breathe. And then afterwards we had it again where it was like, okay. And then ever since then we've been okay. I'm lucky and blessed enough to not have any pressure back home, whether it's okay, send money for this or send money for that. It's always a compensation where my mom's like, hey, I was thinking of doing this A, B, C, D, E, and then I'll come up on time. Oh, I'd like to contribute here, please. Yeah, but like, can I help here? And then my sisters will do the same. Like, oh, can I help here? And then we all just kind of,
Beautiful.
And also, she's done this thing because I've always told her, tell me months ahead, because I'm a budget queen.
Yeah.
I stick to the budget. So I go July that you have a holiday in September.
That's
and
great.
You need me to help you with it. No, you knew you might want to.
So you
unless you can wait.
Yeah.
Can you wait until I can add this to my budget? And that's how we've kind of navigated the last 2.5 years. And we've been doing okay with it.
That's great.
No pressure.
Discipline. Oh my God.
None.
That is really nice, girl. The budgets part, I love that. I mean, I feel like that's something that a lot of us needs.
But again, it just comes with trial and error. Because again, choosing, because we could have had that fight, that talk aka fight, when we had that first one, and we both would have been angry and just
That's
decided,
true.
yeah, she wants money,
Yeah.
and then that's where the entire relationship could have ended.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then we chose.
Or you could have even now been at a place where you are so depressed and you have nothing on your name. Of which actually I know some people, I can say, like you hear sometimes, you pick up from someone, like you're just having a conversation with someone and you pick up that, okay, you are not in control of your salary, your finances. Not because you don't want to, because when you get paid, you are waited for. Someone is waiting for you to send the money. Someone is waiting for you to do things, and it's very sad. It's very, very sad what is happening.
But I've also seen a trend. So it's like not a trend, but a pattern. I think the only reason why, when I had the conversation with my mother, it turned out the way that it did after a while, was because I'm not the firstborn. I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
I've always seen this type of pressure to firstborns.
Yeah.
Because even when people talk, I'll be like, "Are you the firstborn?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, okay.
It makes sense.
There's like this pressure of, no, you have to help me. Like,
you have your sisters and your brothers and everyone, and who else?
Yeah, like, I grew up with you. You need to help me. You saw me suffer. We need to get through this. We need to get through that. We've had a plan since you were in high school. You said this is what you're going to do. Do it. You're working. Do it.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it was the other way around.
Yeah.
My sister, Usakoni Kai, I'm the one that left.
Yeah.
And I'd have conversations with her. I'm like, this is how I'm feeling. And she'd be like, no, don't feel that way. You shouldn't feel that way, especially about money. I'm like, I feel like I can't save. No, this is how you should do it.
Okay.
Uma can wait. Uma, she can wait. She'll understand.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I'm a coward and can't really be like, Ma, I can't.
This is what,
My sister does that for me. It's like, listen, yes, she doesn't have responsibilities here, but she's an adult there. She's a full-grown adult with responsibilities that you might not see because as if ingane is the only responsibility in the earth.
Like, seriously, that is always the thing that people like.
All the
Seriously,
time.
I'm not gonna win.
So I have a dog.
That's a good one.
So I have a dog.
My dog is sick, guys. So I don't have the money.
No, Unal got sick. He has to go to the vet.
Let's say when I get right now, you are a mom, or let me say future you.
Yeah.
How would you actually advise us as other mothers in terms of your kids' black tax, how you should actually have a relationship with your children, or how you shouldn't be asking so much from your children? Because, you know, sometimes I actually think that if only parents could just let you do what you have to do for yourself first, then come back and help out however, you know, because sometimes people just end up not having anything at all, because I have to help at home.
You have to do A, B, C, D.
Yeah, and there's always a lot.
I understand, but also I think when we say things like that, or when we think things like that, we are not having grace towards our parents.
No.
And I say that to say, because that's the same thought I had. I was like, why can't you just let me do me? Like, why are you being selfish, Mom? You know? But then I had to go back and think about, how can she teach me something or let me do something that she was never given? She doesn't know what that looks like, because a lot of our parents, the minute they got jobs, they had to help back home.
Yes.
And their parents before that, and it's always been a thing.
Like that, yeah.
Well,
so to them, it's a normal thing.
Like, so for you to come out and say, I must let you do you.
Yes.
How dare you?
Yeah.
What? Akahlaza kanje ugeli.
Sebenza nje.
Akasehlaza. Yey uthe umntanami, I must let her do her. Who is she without me? Uyabazi?
Yeah.
Now, acha.
Yeah.
Akadeleli.
Yep. Yep. Which is
now
why.
you're drinking tea with my name.
Which
it's
is
not
why.
fair. You guys are having a conversation about the fact that I said, no, give me a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I hope, Jesus Christ, I hope that when I do have kids, I'm able to have financial talks with them to a point whereby I'm not seen as an obligation in a way, like not that they force, like
Yeah.
you
have to do this
no,
for me.
like out of the kindness of your heart, okay, like that type of thing has to come to you, and not come to you because you feel forced or pressured or like well beat up to it. But then that comes with financial education, which
Yes.
you're not really taught about back in school. You kind of just have to figure it out by yourself.
Probably they should include it at schools.
It should be a thing.
Yeah.
Tell me about
I think
tax,
so.
please, because I'm struggling.
Definitely.
I'm 24 and I'm struggling. So
Yeah. For someone who's actually going through what you are going through, what we went through, what everyone else that did go through the same thing, which is black tax, and feeling like I can't do anything for myself whatsoever. Carey spoke to her parents and it worked out well. Because one thing also that other people, or how we always think, we think, okay, if I do this, I might lose my parent.
Yeah.
We might not be okay again. But I feel like parents know. They know, like deep down, when they think about it, when they sit down, they know it's not okay. So they will always come around. I feel like it's something that you should just go for.
And
Speak
just
to them. Try. Otherwise,
but let's not do it with guns blazing. Let's not.
No.
Let's be very
Don't fight.
calm.
Yeah, don't fight.
Yeah,
no,
don't
just
be calm.
be calm and just let them know exactly how you feel and what it's doing to you.
Yeah, because there's also a very thin line between trying to communicate and being disrespectful.
No, that one I do not recommend that. Do you think, because you've already explained to us how you see purpose as peace and how you choose to navigate your way in terms of situations or anything like that, do you believe that we all have our own purposes? Like everyone has their own purpose in this world. Like you came here for a reason.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Please explain to us.
Yes, because I don't think that God would just dump us here. To just be like, well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's what it is. But also, I think that purpose is community. I feel like, and I'm about to be biblical, I'm sorry.
No, come on, girl.
But you know
yes.
how in the beginning of the Bible, there was just Adam. And then God said, it is not right for a man to be alone. And then he created Eve. So with that in mind, that's how I also see purpose. One person cannot fulfill their own purpose by themselves. It literally takes a village.
Definitely true. I believe that also.
So in aggregate, yes and no. We all have it, but we all also need each other.
Definitely.
To fulfill those purposes. Like
this is going to be my last question, I hope. Okay, I really hope so. So, in terms of purpose and like you're saying that we are supposed to work together in order for each purpose to be fulfilled, do you think by anyhow that some people have bigger purposes and others have less? Or you believe that maybe everyone has enough for their own life? Okay, I'm going to make an example. Some people towards their purpose are supposed to be rich, and some people are forever going to be poor in terms of that. What do you think of that? Yes. Give
that
us
was
man.
hard.
What do you think of it? What comes to your mind when you think of something like that?
It's a bunch of different things, because when I'm thinking of rich, I'm kind of thinking of it in two ways. Whether it is being rich of money, like I'm not gonna have so much money and all these things, and also being rich as in filled with the spirit, like filled within the spirit.
Okay, let me just explain how I want it right now.
Okay.
Carey is in China. Carey can take care of herself and everything.
Okay.
Someone else is at home thinking that I am supposed to work try and maybe call center for the rest of my life, because that is as good as I can go. In terms of that, that's what I'm trying to, you know what I mean?
Okay, so I know it's not black and white. It's a very gray area, but I'll just give a generic response to it. But I'm just making it known. I know it's not as black and white as it may seem. It's all in the mind. And if you are going to be in a call center and thinking, well, this is as good as it gets, why do you think that's as good as it gets?
Yeah.
Have you reached out? Have you tried A, B, C, D, E? Like, don't just limit yourself to it because you think that is as good as it gets. Because if that was the case, I'd also still be in a call center. I worked in one, and I was like, it's the best I can do, because they say, "Hey, Kim Sibbings, this is as good as it gets." Unless I know someone that knows someone, but again, know someone that might know someone. Just try. It's not going to be easy, but then if you want to move around life not asking for help and feeling like, well, I can make it on my own, you can't. What I'm trying to say is, I sometimes think that we limit ourselves to what we see because we're afraid to dream and fail. Just challenge yourself. Just dream bigger than what you see and see where it leads you. It could take 10 years, but just see where it leads you, than not to dream at all because you think this is the best I can do.
I feel like I'm sitting with Oprah right here. Okay, girl.
You getting a Bible. You getting a Bible.
Thank
We
you.
are getting Bibles.
Girl, thank you so much for today. Thank you so much for letting us to your space. Thank you for sharing your story.
And I was first.
Yes, she was the first. Guys, season 3, episode 1 with Carey.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it. That's so much fun.
I loved it so much. I loved it. Everyone, thank you so much for watching, and please do comment, and especially on the black text part. I would really love to hear and know which relationship you have with your family, and if you have any advice for someone who's really in need, because we do have people who are depressed. We have people who are really not in control of their own finances because of home and the things that are on their shoulders. So yeah, this is it from us today. This is All Things Relationships Abroad, and until next time, thank you so much for watching, darling. Thank you. I love it. Thank you so much for watching All Things Relationships Abroad with Nikita Kamane. Please do subscribe, like, and don't forget to comment, because we love to know your own views and keeping you engaged. If you believe you have a story that you'd love to share, please do send us a WhatsApp text or an email, because anyone can tell your story, but no one can tell it like you can. Until next time, All Things Relationships Abroad.